Hello, second grade. Welcome to Science with Miss Conley. Today we're going to talk about silk spinning. We're going to observe how the caterpillar spins its silk and discusses how it uses the silk. When I look at that picture there, I see a bunch of caterpillars and I see silk. It looks like they use their silk for their habitat. Remember, a habitat is where someone or something lives. Here are our vocabulary words. I'm going to say the word and I want you to repeat after me. Salivary gland, spinneret, silk. When I look at this caterpillar here, I see its mouth. And I remember in the last lesson we talked about how the spinneret was located near its mouth. We were talking about body parts. Let's talk about the definition of each of these new vocabulary words. Salivary gland. It's located near the spinneret and it produces silk. Spinneret. It's located near the mouth of the caterpillar and it's where the silk comes out of. And the silk. This allows the caterpillar to attach itself to a leaf and protects themselves during the chrysalis stage. Let's think before we go on to this slide. What is a salivary gland? Remember, a salivary gland is located near the spinneret and it produces silk. Let's talk about this next slide. Here are some guiding questions for this lesson. How does a caterpillar spin and use silk? When I look at this picture, I see the caterpillar upside down and already forming its J shape. When it forms its J shape, that's when it is going into the chrysalis stage. It uses its silk to attach to the leaf and then it will form its chrysalis. Before we continue, let's review the life cycle of a caterpillar. We've talked about the egg. Then the caterpillar comes out, it eats its egg, it eats the leaves, it becomes a caterpillar. Once it becomes a caterpillar, it moves on to the chrysalis stage. This is where the caterpillar uses its silk to go ahead and make its hard outer shell and attach to a leaf. Next, it will emerge from its shell and it will become a butterfly. Before we go on to this, let's reflect. In what stage does the caterpillar form its hard outer shell using silk? Hopefully you said that was during the chrysalis stage. Why do caterpillars spin silk? When most people think of silk, they think of spiders, but caterpillars make silk too. Caterpillars use silk for creating their own habitat or to allow the metamorphosis stage to begin. When caterpillars are ready to pupate, they hang upside down and they create a tough outer shell that looks like a leaf hanging off of a branch. Now that we've got some background knowledge about silk and what caterpillars use it for, let's take a look at this video of a caterpillar making their chrysalis with their silk. Whoa, that was pretty cool. It was pretty amazing to watch that caterpillar make its chrysalis from silk. Now that video was sped up. Usually it would take a lot longer, not just a couple minutes. It would take probably about a day for a caterpillar to make its chrysalis. Let's think. Now that we have some background knowledge, what other animals can produce silk? Well, if you said spiders, you're right. Let's go ahead and watch this Brain Pop video about spiders and how they use their silk.
Moby? Moby, is that you? What are you hiding from? Oh, come on, that's a really small spider. Dear Tim and Moby, are spiders insects? From Melsar. No, Melsar, spiders are not insects. They belong to a group of arthropods called arachnids. Ticks, scorpions, and mites are arachnids too. A spider's body is divided into two sections. Here we have the cephalothorax. It's made up of the head and thorax. 4 pairs of legs are attached to the cephalothorax. That's 8 legs in all. Most spiders also have 8 eyes, although some have fewer. This part is called the abdomen. You'll find many of their organs here, along with specialized glands that produce silk. This silk is a liquid in their body, but it goes solid when it comes into contact with the air. It becomes an elastic, incredibly strong line of silk that spiders use for all sorts of things. Spiders can hang from long drag lines. They protect their eggs with it. Digging spiders line their tunnels with silk. And baby spiders use long strands of it to float on air currents. We call this ballooning, by the way. But my favorite thing they do with it is spin webs. Not all spiders make webs, but the ones that do string them where they live to catch passing insects. If a bug gets caught in the web, the spider quickly crawls over and ties. If a bug gets caught in the web, the spider quickly crawls over and ties up the bug with more webbing. It bites the bug, injecting a venom that paralyzes it. Oh, by the way, not many spiders are poisonous to humans, but if there are some in your area, then you should learn what they look like so you know how to avoid them. So, when a spider is ready to eat its prey, it injects an enzyme that turns the bug into, well, sort of a liquid. Then it sucks down this liquid, consuming the bug. So those are spiders. All in all, a pretty neat animal. I'll see you next time. Whoop. Oh, whoa, whoa! Oh, I had this terrible dream.
Wow, that was a pretty cool video about spiders. I bet you didn't know that spiders were not insects. They're actually arachnids. Let's think about this question. What do spiders use silk for? We've talked a lot about what caterpillars use their silk for. Let's think about what spiders use their silk for. Hopefully you said that spiders use their silk for hanging. They use it to protect their eggs. They use it in their habitat and they line up with their tunnels. And baby spiders use it for ballooning so that they can kind of fly. Now that you've got some good knowledge about caterpillars and spiders, let's think about things that we could compare and contrast these with. Remember, when you compare, you're telling me what's the same, and it would go in here. And when you're contrasting a spider to a caterpillar, you are going to tell me only what spiders have in this section, and tell me only what caterpillars have in that section. So let's think for a moment. What are the similarities between spiders and caterpillars? Well, both spin silk and both have an abdomen. In this section here, spiders have 8 legs and 2 body parts. And over here, caterpillars have 6 legs and 3 body parts. That concludes your science lesson for today. Your assignment is completing this Ed puzzle. Hopefully you did well. Good job, boys and girls.